Hey, welcome back to another edition of Talk the Talk JR. I know I had an interview last week with Mr. Chris Kerb, and I had made mention that he knocked over Ken Block over there on the corner. It wasn't Ken Block. I'm sorry I didn't have Ken Block up. It was actually Kevin Harvick, so I want to correct that. But thanks again for tuning in this week, and I know you see me looking down, and I have a pen in my hand. What I'm doing is when the guests say some things and some interesting things, what I do is I jot that down so I can go back and I can kind of take a look at that. But today is going to be kind of interesting, and it's an interesting guy that I had a chance to meet here in the local community, and really great man. And I really, really want to take this opportunity and introduce him to the rest of the community. And if you don't happen to know this wonderful guy, here's your chance. Today I have Mr. Wayne Rhodes. He lives up here in the North End. I call it the North End. I really don't. You know, people that live up towards Walnut Hill and Century might argue with me about that, but I'm still calling this the North End. So Mr. Rhodes, we can start off with how we met, or we can start off with where you were born, however you want to do it.
I met Mr. Josh last year at the Walnut Hill Ruritan monthly meeting, and we got to talking then and became pretty good friends. And ever since then, we have communicated back and forth once or twice a week, stuff like this.
Okay. Well, are you from this area? Are you from Pensacola? Are you from the country up here, as I still call it, because that's kind of where we still are?
No, I was born in Pensacola, Florida, in Ferry Pass. Went to Ferry Pass Elementary School, junior high school, and then I went to Woodham High School and graduated there in '67. And then Uncle Sam got me in '68 and left there, and I moved to Molina in 1989 and been there ever since.
Uncle Sam got you for what?
I was drafted in the United States Army.
In the Army. Well, I tell you what, for guys like you, I appreciate it because it makes guys like me perfect. So you guys have to exist. So thanks for your Army service.
Thank you, sir.
How long were you serving in the Army?
I served two years active duty and 4 years inactive duty in Pensacola. I
appreciate it because the saying, we all stand on the shoulders of giants. It's not taken lightly.
Correct.
So thank you. Okay, so then you moved up to Molino and when?
In 1989, I moved up here off Highway 196.
Okay. That's not where you live now.
I don't live there now.
1989, okay. So, what'd you do after you left our uncle?
Well, I went to work for Gulf Power Company as a lineman, spent about a year there. And then I had the opportunity to go work for Southern Bell.
So, real quick, I don't want to stop you. Not trying to interrupt, but Gulf Power. So, for the ones that either just moved here or maybe watching from out of area, Gulf Power is no longer here. So, what are they now?
It's called Florida Power and Light.
Okay. And then Southern Bell. That's I get it. You're a little grayer than me because I shaved mine off. But what's Southern Bell is what?
See the insult I have to put up with.
Southern Bell is what?
Yeah, Southern Bell is the grandma of all the telephone companies.
Gotcha.
Southern Bell, then it went to Bell South, and then Bell South sold out to AT&T, which it is today.
Gotcha. And that's the landline you're speaking about, the
landline, and then we had coax come in, fiber started up in the middle 90s, stuff like that, and I spent 40 years with AT&T.
Wow. What did you do for them?
I was a lineman for 20 years, and then I was a cable repairman for 20 years. Repaired damaged cables and stuff.
So you're gonna have to help me because I was just a mechanic. What does a lineman do?
Well, we put up new lines for new subdivisions, broke poles. We would go out and put up new cables, splice the cables back up to continue the service for our customers.
Okay, and what does the cable repairman do?
Cable repairmen, if we had trouble shooting it in a cable, lightning burn cables or whatever, That's when cable repairmen would go out and locate the damage, and then we would have to repair everything that was burnt or damaged.
Is that to the home or is that on the pole?
That's the main cable, it's the main feeder cables, from buried to aerial, and then the service techs would come out and take it from the pole to the house.
Okay. You have any stories or anything like that that might be involved with that 40 years of service to the?
Well, there's lots of stories, but I might not be able to repeat them on the interview. Now, some was really great. I think one of the best ones that I remember, we had some damage out there in Beulah Road, and one of the cable splicers was out there first, and some guy's German Shepherd jumped up in his truck
In the
in the Bell South truck. He tried to shoo the dog out, and the dog wouldn't go. So the repairman got his torch out to light this torch to kind of move the dog out of the way. Well, he caught the daggum dog on fire. And the dog jumped out of his truck and ran through about 10 acres of hayfield and caught it on fire.
Well, that's not good.
Oh, well, it was fun. It was one of those
Sure.
stories that you don't ever forget.
Yes. Was it the dog owner's hayfield?
Yes, sir. It was a dog owner's hayfield. He wasn't too happy.
Well, burnt dog and a burnt hayfield.
Well, they asked me, have I seen the dog? I said, no.
All right. Well, I hear word, little birdie landed on my shoulder. What? So you had something going on this week. What's special?
Well, for the last 2 weekends, I've had fish fries. One on October the 4th for Molina Historical Society to help them raise money.
Okay.
And then this past weekend, October the 11th, we had a big fish fry, Walnut Hill Ruatan Fall Festival Heritage, and it was a great turnout. And everybody that participated done an outstanding job. I can't give them enough of praise for it.
For the Ruatan Club?
For the Ruatan Club.
A lot of those guys up there, they put in a lot of work up there. I'll second you on that. And the ladies, because there were 2 ladies, and Kim and
Susan done an outstanding job.
They were. I got yelled at a lot. But I'm talking about a little personal.
Go ahead.
This week. What's going on this week? Just out of curiosity.
Well, tomorrow, my wonderful wife told me that we had an anniversary coming.
Oh, I'm sure she didn't have to remind you.
Several times. Tomorrow, the 15th of October, we have been married for 9 years, and she's a wonderful lady. I think God must have sent her to me to help straighten me out.
I think, behind every good man's a great woman.
I have to agree with that.
Okay.
I better, hadn't I?
So that's good. And I know, well, you brought up the Molino Historical Society, and you brought up the Ruatan Club. So you did a fish fry, but for Molino, is that something the Molino, the Mid-County Molino Historical Society, is that what that's called?
Yes.
Are you somewhat involved with that?
Well, they asked me several times would I come and be on their board, and I really don't have time to be on everybody's board, and so I told them I would help them out to raise money once a year so they could serve our community up here. Mm-hmm. And that's why we do the fish fry every year.
Okay, so you help the Mid-County Historical Society, the Molino Historical Society. That's on the east side of 29.
East side of 29 by the tag office on 95A.
Correct. Now, right across, I don't want to tell people where you live, real close is the Barano Park Community Center. from you. So you're closer to that than you are the Molino Library, where the east side of 29. So do you do anything to help them?
I help Bernal Park Historical Society, which everybody knows in this area used to be a grammar school.
Sure.
Two of my grandboys went to school there. I have met so many wonderful people there, and I got involved with them, and I attend lots of their functions on Friday nights and stuff like that. And we haven't had a fish fry for them yet, but I'm sure we fixed and planned one for next season after they heard about these last two. But I watch out for their place. I'm kind of like their neighborhood watch. I mean, I'm pretty close to them, and when I see different suspicious activities, I will ride around and see what's going on.
So you've mentioned kind of affiliated with Molino. You're affiliated with Barano Park, and we made mention earlier about you were up in Walnut Hill at the Ruatan Club or Ruatan Club. Are you do anything with them?
With Walnut Hill Ruatan Club?
Yes, sir.
I'm the vice president right now, and I'm in charge of the farm auction, which is the last week of February. And we have had some wonderful, wonderful turnouts. With all the workers that was there this past weekend, they also there with the farm auction coming up last of February.
Okay. So that's three community organizations right there that you're just bouncing around, those three. And you said the vice president of that club. I mean, I'll play in coy with you just for the viewers here. I mean, I'm a member there too, so I know how much you guys and the board members and how much everybody up there does. But there is one thing that definitely, and if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I will be 77 in December.
Okay.
Young guy.
You're young. You still got a lot of miles left. And I feel like Escambia County is getting a lot of those miles out of you. So, but there is one more thing that you know what I've noticed over the time that we've known each other, you're very passionate about. You've wrangled some money out of me for it.
I should.
Yeah, you should. I mean, why not, right? But those three community oriented organizations. But the next one is a county, and I want to bring this up because I would love for the people watching and for people that don't know Mr. Wayne Rhodes to know this. But there's another organization that you're involved with, and I don't want to spoil it, but go ahead.
I'm involved with Escambia Search and Rescue, which is in Pensacola. It was established in 1961. I'm one of the boat captains down there. We have land search, we have communications, we have some K9s. We have a wonderful organization. I've been in search and rescue for around 10 years now, and my main function under my commander, Steve Hosh, we're called out to rescue and recovery the family that has passed away. We give closure to the family, and that's why I do it. It's for the family only, to give them closure so they can take their loved ones and do the proper services for them.
But again, here's the thing that I'd like to drive home on this. What do you get paid to do that?
No, this is all volunteer. We are not funded by the state or the Sheriff's Department or Florida Wildlife. We only operate by donations only. I usually handle the north end for donations like Farm Bureau, Walnut Hill Ruatan, the places I mentioned, Molina Historical, Barano Park Historical, Ron Scott's. They all try to contribute every year for our cause, and that's the only way we stay open down there.
So that the group of volunteers are doing it out of pure selflessness to for a need to fill a gap in what is it? What do you think it is? Manning? Do you think it's that you're helping? I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for to say.
I think they do that. Like when we had flooded areas back during the hurricanes and stuff like that, we out rescuing people from their homes.
Sure.
They there just to show their compassion for the communities. Even Molina, I mean, it don't matter where we go. I mean, we go other side of Alabama all the way down to Oskaloosa County line, the Gulf, the Bay, the Sound, wherever they need us, we respond.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that's how many do you think volunteers are part of the search and rescue?
I think the last numbers I heard with the whole thing with the land search and the COM, I think we got probably 131 people total.
Volunteers.
All volunteers, everyone.
That give their time, go through training, and then dedicate that effort to assist in a time of need.
Right. We have a meeting the last Wednesday of the month, every month, and that's when we have our meeting time.
So, okay, real quick before he does that, I will say this. It's a public service announcement. If anybody watching is interested and has time to give back to something that is very selfless and will definitely help the county and definitely help others, go ahead. Tell them maybe who they can contact or maybe come to the meeting. Go ahead. That.
They can contact me with my phone number, or you can contact Escambia Search and Rescue. They have a website also. I don't have it wrote down exactly the name of it, but you can call them, talk to them. It is tax write-off every year, what you donate, and we appreciate anything that anyone can do to help us stay afloat.
Can someone just come to the meeting?
Anybody can come to the meeting. The meeting starts at 7 o'clock on the last Wednesday of the month, and our building is north of, it's on 9 Mile Road, Nims Road, right across the railroad tracks. There's a Dollar General there, and our building is right behind there. You cannot miss it. It says Search and Rescue.
So last year sometime, I'm not going to use any names, or I'm not going to use any of that stuff, right? There was across from the Barron Park Historical Society, the Barron Park Community Center, there were some out-of-towners, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm saying this because there was a child involved. Mm-hmm. The sheriff's office was involved, and matter of fact, the entire community was involved. Everyone was out looking for this child. Now, we were out, and anybody that was available that wasn't at work that day showed up. But was the search and rescue, were you there? The search and rescue land?
I live right next to that place that Josh is talking about. In fact, I was doing some work that morning when the lady came out, hysterical, screaming and crying. So I stopped my tractor, talked to her, and she told me it was a 4-year-old young boy, autistic, told me he was missing. So I automatically called the commander of search and rescue to get his team on the way up there. Of course, they have just called the sheriff's department, but search and rescue guys was there first, and then the sheriff's department. And like Josh said, the community was unbelievable, their response. Sad to say, we found the young lad in the pond behind the house. And but I was amazed how our community pitched in. I mean, we searched woods, we searched up and down the roads, houses, anyone that had a barn or swimming pool, the sheriff's department and stuff. They were all checking everything they could possibly check.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to go and rehatch all of that, but I wanted to make note of, especially maybe ones that remember when that happened, because it went out on the sheriff's call. They put it on the TV. They put it on the radio. The community showed up, and I know it didn't have a great ending, but I know the impact, and search and rescue was involved. The community was involved. And I just wanted to put that back in the minds that that's what it's about, and that's where the donations go, is to have that force show up.
That's correct. And that episode is just like it happened yesterday to me.
Yeah.
Since I live so close, and
Yeah.
I was the first one to respond to it. It was just like it happened yesterday.
Sure. Well, you said you lived on 196.
Now, I lived on 196.
Yeah.
I built a house there,
Sure.
back off in the woods, and so nobody could find me, but they did. And then I decided to sell that place.
Sure.
And back in 2001, and bought this piece of property up on Barrow Park School Road. I got 10.5 acres there.
How much land did you have on 196?
Oh, I had a little bit more than I wanted to keep up. Let's put it that way. So I got rid of it.
Gotcha. Did it just recently sell again?
I don't know if the sucker bought it. I hope they're trying to keep it all up.
Sure. Well, so now I've got you at 3 community centers, and I'm sorry. Well, I guess Walnut Hill Community Center. So 3 community centers, 1 club. You got the Escambia County Search and Rescue as a boat captain, running a water rescue.
Right.
And don't you fire up the old tractor and take it over, or you use their tractors and you maybe you bush hog or cut hay or do something for some people around the community as well?
Yes, I do. I get on my tractor when people needs help. It's usually elderly people that need somebody to come up there and bush hog like 4, 5, 6 acres. They can't do it no more, so I would go up and donate my time and fuel and cut it and help them clean up their yard a little bit. I mean, since I don't have anything else to do, me being involved with all this other good stuff.
Yeah, since you don't have anything else going on.
I don't have anything else going on, by all means. But I just enjoyed helping our community, because they will pitch in and help any neighbor up here if they in need.
Yeah. That's the very fabric of a community like this is everyone chips in and helps everybody. And I know I took a pause there, and I'm really searching for how I really want to say what I'm saying is, living in a city, you may not even know your neighbor in a neighborhood. You might throw up the old 2-finger salute, like, hey,
Right.
how you doing? And go in your house, park your car in the garage, hit the garage door button, and the garage door comes down. You eat dinner, you stay in your house. Go in the backyard in your fenced-in backyard. But especially up this way, when you have a sheriff's office that, you have an outlying station that may have 2 deputies in and out filling out paperwork, or I'm not saying it's like that. I'm just saying, you don't may or may not have an ambulance available right away. You have to kind of look out for each other. You have to have an adopted family, so to speak, and you have to know your neighbors. Well, how do you feel about that?
I am so blessed to have the neighbors that I have around where I live now, because we all know each other. I know their children from the time they were born until high school, graduated from high school. We all keep in contact with each other. I know what they're doing even where their grandparents don't even know what they're doing. I mean, that's how close our community is up here.
Sure.
And if they need any help, they know who to call, and one of our neighbors will respond. I mean, within a matter of minutes to get to them.
Yeah, it's almost something happens up here. I'm calling, at this point, I'm calling my neighbor. I'm calling you before I call the sheriff's department.
Right.
I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm saying my response time from a close neighbor or from a close friend is going to be way quicker than.
Oh yes, definitely. Our response time is probably 60% quicker, unless we have a sheriff's county up here
Already
up here working this area.
I mean, you might even show up on a side by side or a tractor, and you're still way quicker.
I might be on my John Deere. Who knows?
Yeah. So another funny story about Mr. Wayne Rhodes here. When we first moved to town, my daughter starts up at my oldest daughter going to Northview, and she goes over to one of her first friends' houses. I'm not going to use names, and comes home and she goes, I went over to this man's house that lives next to my friend, and he had the coolest sink. Da 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 da. Well, come to find out, a couple years later, it was Mr. Rhodes. So I thought that was kind of funny. You know who I'm talking about, the kid that she was friends with. So, but he didn't know that was my daughter at the time until I told him the story, and he thought it was kind of funny. I think it went pretty well, and you were the exact reason that I started these podcasts, right? And what I'm really trying to do with these recordings is, the very first one I interviewed a gentleman, and he was a founding member of SEAL Team 6, and then I interviewed you, and you did 40 years with, Bell South, and in there you had Gulf Power at the time. So communications and power that we take for granted, whatever. Mm-hmm. But so involved in the community, and now you've given a decade volunteering for search and rescue in Escambia County. That, and then helping neighbors and helping friends that you've met in your and don't take this in 77 and still going strong. And he says he's got many more miles left. You are definitely, and these are my words, you never say this, but you are the community unsung hero that I definitely started this for. That's why I do these interviews, because you'll never say this out loud, but I want people to hear your story. And you didn't know I was going to say any of this right here. No. So that's why I wanted people to hear about you and to know that you're from here, live here, drank the water, never left, however you want to say it. Uncle Sam called your number. You served the country that way. And then you continue to serve every single day you get out of bed.
Well, I tell you, Josh, lots of people might not appreciate it, but the reason why I do what I do is first thing in the morning is when I wake up, I think, good morning, Jesus. Thank you for waking me up, because you're the only one that is going to wake me up and give me the strength to keep doing what I do every day to help people.
Sure.
And hope I can do it for another 30 years.
I don't know why people wouldn't like that. I mean, we can't do any of this. Anything that anybody does, you can't do it by yourself.
Well, lots of them think you can. They think they can do it by themselves. They don't need no help.
That's crazy. Well, I always like to end these with, I always move on to where I'm going to go and plug something. But before I do that, I want to know, and you don't know this is coming, but do you have any advice, not only for me, but for viewers, that may help them along the journey, that you may have picked up or that you live by or whatever, that helps you?
Yes. I picked up years ago, get to know your your neighbors. Get to know their pain. Talk to them. See what you can do for them to help them to ease some of their problems. Because people, we all got problems. Every one of us has got problems. And we don't know to help someone if we cannot communicate with them.
Okay. All right.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
The hammock was thrown in the attic. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. Before I say that, I'm gonna, every week I have this, and like I said before, no monetary value whatsoever. These are just good people. I'll tell you what, the Emporium, and I'm gonna tell you, they're down there. They are down in Gulf Breeze, and I'll tell you, I'm going to try to hold this a little closer, but the Emporium down in Gulf Breeze, they are a card shop. They have coins. They have memorabilia. They have a little candy in there, too. They have some toys. The guys and the lady in there, they are first class all the way. They have, in the past, several times, they have donated items, signed memorabilia. They've donated cards to help NWE football program. They've helped the Molino Park Elementary School with some auctions. They even donated items to help raise money in a car show in another state. They are some really great people, and they got some good deals down there. And again, I'm just plugging them because they're good people. I drive down there when I have some free time, which is all the time. But I'm plugging them this week, the Emporium down in Gulf Breeze. Check them out when you have time. And I will say that I appreciate Mr. Wayne. I appreciate you coming on. And I appreciate you all tuning in. And for Wayne and myself, thanks for watching Talk the Talk JR. And now that we've talked the talk, we challenge you to go out and walk the walk. See you next time.